Hello there YouTube, just a dude with a uke. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to get into a tutorial about the finger pick pattern I used in the Maybe It's Time video. I love this pick pattern. It is like my island strum of pick patterns. I use it all the time. In this particular song I do a couple little embellishments here, but again, if I can teach you how to use this basic pattern, feel free to use it in any song that you would use an island strum for, any 4/4 song. If you want to try and dress it up with a little finger picking, it's really, it takes practice, but if you can get that finger pick pattern, your fingers moving as automatically as you brush your teeth, then you can finger pick any song and it's just it'll sound amazing. So I just played a sample of that pick pattern on the Baritone. But since I'm trying to instruct folks here, my guess is that most people are going to have a standard tune ukulele. So let's change that out so we can all be working on something similar, okay? Okay, so now let's assign numbers to each one of our strings. I tend to go from top to bottom, so it would be the G string is going to be number 1, your C string is going to be number 2, your E string is going to be number 3, and your A string is going to be number 4. I tend to use these 3 fingers when I finger pick, but you can use 4 and assign your fingers. I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you that it's right or wrong either way. I just got comfortable using my thumb to bounce between 1 and 2, and that's what I tend to do. Every now and then I'll use all 4 of my fingers, but whatever works for you, or whatever your music teacher tells you is most appropriate. So I don't think there's any rules in ukulele, so do it how you want. Okay, so the pattern goes something like this. Let's get up here. I'm going to go ahead and put a C chord on here just because it's easy to hold and gives us something to listen to while we do that. So the pattern is roll, inside, outside, in. So you're going to roll string 1, 3, and 4. So you can pluck them all at once, but it gets a better effect if you can kind of roll them. Okay, so roll, inside. So by inside I mean the 2 inside strings, 2 and 3. Then outside, 1 and 4, and then 2. Okay, so roll, inside, outside, 2. Roll, inside, outside, in. Roll, inside, outside, in. Okay, do you see that? So, so that's it. Roll, inside, outside. The count of that is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And again, you can use that in place of a pick pattern. I mean, any 4/4 song that you need kind of a bright, bouncy little pick pattern. This is the one I tend to go to. All right, so the other pick pattern I use in this song, and it's just in those brief little moments where you're kind of bouncing between chords, really. There's a couple quick changes, right? So I'd like to think he's looking down and laughing at our ways. Nobody speaks to God these days. All right, so right there, that pattern is real simple. Those quick little changes. Laughing at our ways goes like this. So you're really just doing a roll, and then 2, and then you make your change. And then you go back to the roll, inside, outside. Okay, so that's it. So it's the roll, inside, outside, in, and then for those emphasis, those quick changes, roll to, roll, or I think it's roll to, roll to, roll to, roll to. And that is essentially the pick pattern for the whole song. Now, so just for fun, I throw in a couple variations here. So let's kind of get into what those are, if you don't mind. All right, so at the beginning, I do the pick pattern, just as my right hand's gonna do exactly the same things. Where it changes a little bit is when you start taking your fingers on and off the strings with this hand. So in the beginning, there's mostly the G's have hammer-ons and hammer-offs. So I'm going to roll, then I'm going to lift my middle finger off of the E string from a G chord. And then I'm going to put that finger back down. Got that? So all that's happening here is I'm doing the same pattern twice, but I'm lifting this finger off. Got that? And then you go to the C. Same thing. So my fingers on this hand are doing the other thing. Now, as you get a bit more into this and your body starts kind of really feeling this, you can start changing that up. So what I do, and I kind of want to change the way we talk about this. So instead of doing a roll, we can call that an emphasis on that first note, on that one count, right? So you could do, let me get to a right chord. Okay, let me slow that down. Okay, so instead of rolling like this, you could do just the top string. And then you do the second string, the inside, outside, in. So emphasis, top string. And then on the next one, if you really wanted to get fancy, you can put your emphasis or your first one on the bottom string on the 4. And then it's inside, outside, in. And then go back up to the top string. So again, the count on this one is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So emphasis, which typically is a roll, or you could do top string or bottom string, that's your one count. And then if you wanted to on the next one, you could do just the top string. And then on the next one, you could do the bottom string. Does that make sense? Anyway, YouTube, let me go and throw this into an editor and see if I'm making any sense at all. I hope it's helpful for you. Then we'll probably be back for a playthrough. Let's try that. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Takes a lot to change a man, hell it takes a lot to try. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. Some folks just believe in the things they've heard and read. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. I'm glad I can go back to where I came from. I'm glad those days are gone, gone for good. If I could take the spirits from my past and bring them here, you know I would, you know I would. And that's the idea. That's how we do that song. So I hope that makes sense. You're gonna do a roll off, a roll on. Again, with this song, I just did it there with a concert. But if you have access to a low G or a baritone, man, this song loves that lower voice up on that high one. So just in case you have one of those and you want to play along with your baritone, let me just do that real quick. Notice the key is different. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Takes a lot to change a man, hell it takes a lot to try. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. Some folks just believe in the things they've heard and read. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. So there you go. I hope this video was helpful to some of you who are aspiring learners out there. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. It really helps us to focus this channel. And again, thank you for stopping by.